for New Zealand. It's the third test in the 7-test series here at the Tasman series, and we're ready to go. Almost. Fielder held it up for no reason in particular. We're ready to go now. Oh, sent back. It'll be out. A wicket off the first ball. Bierakoski backing up, and quick no from Dave Sampson. He didn't react in time, and Bierakoski, well, he hadn't even turned around, Peter.
No, definitely a delay there in the response, I feel, from that one. Thought he might have got past the fielder, but yeah, fielder did an excellent job to get that one to hand. Yeah,
you're not wrong. The fact that Bierakoski was halfway down the pitch, notwithstanding, the fielding was sharp. 2 runs to Sampson. Over point, down up.
Excellent comeback shot there from Sampson.
Comfortable down up there for Bierakoski, this time on the offside. Just having a look at the New Zealand lineup, who their wicket takers are. Chris Priest has 3 wickets to his name. Driven and to the back net for 5. Dave Sampson doesn't want to know about that run out of the first ball. He's just erased it.
Which is what you need to do as a batter, especially if it's on that first ball. You've just got to wipe it, start again.
It's a great 2 for Bierakoski. Just moving into position to play that shot where he wanted to play it. The down up 2. And the final ball of the first over. Sent back, and that'll do it, I think. If the first over had a bit of everything. 1 for 6, if you don't mind. Other than a run out, these Australian batsmen looked quite settled early, which is no surprise given their experience. Just want to go back to the New Zealand bowling, who their wicket takers are. So Chris Priest has 3, Luke Woods and Scott Jones as well with 2, and Daly and Foster with 1 each. But the other interesting point is the economy rate. So Luke Woods is only going at, I'm looking at the wrong column there, 8 a match. Chris Priest at -5, which isn't surprising given the 3 wickets that he's had. So they'll be looking to those players to do some damage today. Here's Wood. Starts with a dot.
And it all just comes down to some very tight and tidy bowling as well from those guys, putting the pressure onto the Aussies to then make them, play a shot that not necessarily comes easy.
For sure. Oh, direct hit would have been out. Wood playing his first game for the series here.
An excellent piece of running there from Australia as well, just try and keep that pressure on the fielding side too.
Straight to the fielder, and it'll be out again. He didn't have the ball, but Foster got it onto the stumps, and that's twice. Bierakoski caught backing up too far.
Yeah, just probably need to just keep that in check a little bit. Got to make sure this fielding side is on song, so you've got to really be making sure that ball is getting past them before you're overcommitting yourself.
That's a great delivery there from Wood to follow up from the wicket. That's what you want to do as well. All too often you see a wicket fall and then extra bowled. Yeah, that next delivery's got to be on the money. And again, well, that puts these 2 on 3rd ball and under a little bit of pressure here, Peter.
Yeah, definitely. Coming into that last ball on 2, they're really wanting to try and see if they can get this one turned over here and get a couple of runs from it.
Oh, a couple. It'll be 7. Sampson's had enough of this. Sends it into the back court. And 1 for 3 off that over. It's just been a bit of a roller coaster already. We're only 2 overs in.
Exactly. I'm not going to lie, I love seeing a backcourt shot on a 3rd ball.
Yeah.
No, that was an excellent. It was just right there in the slot for him. Didn't try overhit it or anything like that, and just pretty much lobbed it nearly over top of the receiver there.
Yeah, so they move to 9 runs despite having lost 2 wickets. That'll bring Jones into the attack for New Zealand. He was one of the bowlers I was talking about before that's got a couple of wickets.
Starting off with a nice, good pressure ball there with the dot ball.
Oh, they're appealing. A little bit of optimism there. If you don't ask, you don't get.
Let's see what Samson does on this third ball now.
He's happy to take 2.
Excellently played there into the side net for 2. Just held back a little bit on that one, just waited for it lovely.
Burakovsky grabs 2 and his offside.
Good little consolidation here from this pair with a couple of early wickets. Now starting to just change that strike over. Oh, nice little close one there at the keeper's end.
In New Zealand, certainly looking sharp in the field, taking the chances that have been offered to them. Final ball of the over, and it'll be a dot to finish. 14 runs on the board with an over to come in the opening partnership. If you've just tuned in, this is the over 40 men. It's their 3rd test in a 7-test series here at the Masters Trans Tasman. Live from the Gold Coast, I'm Cameron Walter. With me is Peter Donovan. Peter, New Zealand have scored 70 and 64 respectively in the first 2 tests. A slightly different lineup here, of course, so you know, obviously capable of scoring more. But what do you think is par for this Australian side? What are they looking to score batting first?
Yeah, look, as you said, sitting around that 60 or 70 mark for what New Zealand's. Australia would like to probably get up towards 80, 90 to be sort of sitting a bit comfortably. Anything above that is just a bonus.
Priest, the bowler. He's going at -5 at the moment. 3 wickets to his name. So I like this move to try and really peg this first pair down. Chance. Call is the right one. No.
Yeah, they definitely go strong guns here by bringing out their top contributor out now.
There's a chance at the top. The throw is a little high. It probably needed to hit. And even then, I think Burakovsky's a tall man. He doesn't take as many steps to get through. He was there pretty quickly.
And it was a nice early call too as well. He made that decision very early, which then put the pressure on the fielder as well.
Chance at the top again. It had to hit, and that would have been out. The bat was bouncing. Big dive from Samson, but often when you dive, your elbow hits the ground, the bat pops up, and you're still out of your crease.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's happened to me way too many times.
Never happened to me. I don't dive.
Excellent shot there.
Yeah, still half a chance down at the keeper's end. It came down quickly off the top net. Direct hit would have been interesting viewing. So 1 ball remains in the partnership. 21 on the board. It's full and a down, up 3 to close out the partnership. They lost a couple of wickets but kept playing with positivity, and the opening pair for Australia have posted 24. I suspect they'd be very happy with that, Peter.
Yeah, definitely. We always talk, you know, work on 5 runs and over. Anything over that is a bonus. So if you can get it, 20, 25, 30, you're in a really good position to be able to build a nice, strong total.
French and Bass taking to the crease now for Australia. New Zealand, I think that they'd be, I asked what Australia would be targeting. New Zealand, worried is probably the wrong word, but they'll certainly be conscious of the fact that they've not passed 70 in the first 2 tests so far. Does that mean that they're trying to, obviously they'd love to restrict them to 70, but is that what they're targeting to do? They're really trying to restrict these runs down to a mark that they've scored so far in the tournament?
It definitely would help mentally, yes, to try and have it around that score that you know that you've been able to achieve. Keeping in mind, obviously, if the Aussies do set a bit of a lower target, they're probably going to come very hard at you, and you're still going to have to bat very a strong, solid innings to get it. But, you know, if they can keep them below that 80 mark, I feel like New Zealand would be a lot more comfortable, yes, in their batting innings.
Here's Woods. That's a great delivery to start. That's very tough to get away. Bowling around the wicket. Yorker length right on the legs.
Yeah, nobody likes receiving one of those on the first ball of your innings, of your partnership, sorry.
Yeah. A little straighter and deflects into the back court for 5. Can you believe that?
Yeah, his batting partner helped him out a bit there, didn't he?
Well, sometimes you just need luck. And, they had a bit of it there, the Australian side. Oh, another great delivery from Woods.
Yeah, he's got this excellent, he's getting it right, as you said, on that Yorker length. Late bit of an in swing coming around the wicket. Extremely difficult ball to play.
It's well weighted. There's a change-up delivery, and Bass was ready for it. Yeah, Woods only giving up 4 runs and over at the moment.
It's not bad. You've got to be happy with that.
So this time wide of the crease there from Woods, and French not getting across to it. So it's a smart play from Woods to change that angle up. Target the legs, and throw one out wide. Final ball. Again, wide. French not getting across to it. It'll be 2 dots to close out the over. 8 runs from it, but that was a deflection for 5. It was otherwise really well bowled there from Woods, and they'll start the second over of the partnership on 3rd ball, which if you're new to indoor cricket, after 2 consecutive dots in a partnership, the next ball is called 3rd ball, and the score has to change. It's either going to go up or down, but it will not stay the same.
That was an excellent piece of bowling there from Woods as well, as you said, just changing his areas and stuff like that so that the batters couldn't guess what he was going to do. Really, really well to pin them down there and bring on that 3rd ball opportunity for New Zealand.
It's going to be Wood. Woods, then Wood.
They're just confusing us now.
It's just made that quite simple for Australia. Just didn't come out of the hand as intended. Sharp fielding there in the front court.
Looks like he's making a slight adjustment here by putting 2 on leg there. Something that we've seen quite commonly happening across these games, I've noticed.
Straight to that second man. And yeah, much to my, I guess, frustration as a former coach and a long-time viewer, all too often you see 2 fielders on leg side and the ball just continuously bowled outside off stump.
Yes.
If you're not going to bowl it there, put the fielder back on the offside. You know.
100%, yeah. If you're going to put the fielder there, you have to then execute the bowling plan as is. And Wood did that exactly on that ball. So and even on that ball there, even though if there was a misfield, there was still an opportunity there.
Yeah.
But I couldn't agree more with you. There's nothing more frustrating than that.
2 balls remain in the over. It's well weighted and spills into the side net in the back court for 3 runs.
Yeah, the receiver did well to get there in time. He just didn't quite put his body in the right position there to stop that one.
Bread and butter there for Bass. Comfortable 2 to finish the over, and they've moved to 16, and it's got to be said, you know, they haven't looked that comfortable. There's been a couple of plays and misses. They've been hit on the legs, but they've still found their way to 16. They've found some runs in the back court.
And I think that comes from, obviously, we had that bit of a luck situation there
Yeah,
before.
bit of
But
flexion.
I also feel like New Zealand has put the pressure on them for 1 or 2 balls and then just haven't quite executed on that third ball there for relieving that pressure and allowing Australia to get that 2 or 3 runs by having a full ball put up there. So
Is Jones. The dot ball to start. Smart work from the keeper there. But Bass was in his crease.
lovely shot there by Bass. Just bowl putting that just a little bit that too short and wide, and Bass has just reaped the rewards from that. And again, I think Jones is just slightly missing his mark here a little bit. Just making it a tad too easy for these 2 batters.
Well, there it is again. Plenty of width. Short of a length and comfortable too.
One of the easiest shots in indoor cricket, I feel.
That's better. Better line.
Much better.
And just saw Jones sort of shaking his head as he is coming back to his mark now. I think he knows that's what he's been trying to do and just hasn't been happening. So similar length delivery there, but straighter. So room for French to just play that shot away, well, or not too far away from, like, under his eyes. And, well, they're on 24 with an over to play.
Yeah, and Australia will be really happy with that. New Zealand, as I said, they've just missed their mark a bit on this, let the pressure off a bit. A wicket in this over is going to be, I feel, extremely crucial for New Zealand to try and bring that momentum back to them and bring them back into this game. But it's going to come down to their bowling.
And Priest it is who's going to bowl. It's a big moment in the match, I feel. As you say, it's going to come down to the bowling. They've gone to who has proven to be one of their strike weapons this tournament so far. Here he is. French does well. Starts with a 2. Just over pitching. A lovely shot from Bass. He was looking for the 3 net, but should take the 2.
Unfortunately, this is what happens in these positions. The bowlers then try a bit too much. You then start seeing those over pitch balls. Another excellent shot there. Kept off the net for 1, though, excellently by Priest. It's a great piece of fielding there to keep that to 1. But then you just find the bowler starts trying too much, and then that's then where you start getting your short and your full balls. They just need to really start and calm down here, New Zealand, and just bring their line and length into play.
Beats Bass, and 2 balls remain. Just pushes it behind the legs and must have caught some of the chalk there. It is a leg side wide, and they'll get the runs. And because it is the last over of the partnership, the delivery again.
Oh, lovely worked again there by Bass on that onside, just tapping it nearly for a down up 2, using the pace of the ball for that one.
Played and miss on the final delivery. But the damage done. 33 on the board. Australia have marched their way to 57. Peter, I've got a very important question for you. What month is it?
October.
No, it's not October. It's Guoctober. Let's take a look at our friends from Zambrero. There you have it, Guoctober with Zambrero. Feel-good mix supporting, well, fueling the Australian teams and our broadcast team from Calling All Sports Brisbane. Guoctober, get around it. 57 on the board. Australia will be pretty comfortable where they are now.
Australia will be very happy with that. It just eases the pressure off of this batting pair. They can just come out here and just do their thing. I really want to see just New Zealand I probably just take a step back. Let's just try and get 1 wicket, work towards building up to 2 wickets and try and move the momentum from there. This game can change in a heartbeat. 1 ball can really turn a game around. So I'd really like to see New Zealand just take that moment, take their time and just work on getting that 1 wicket and then build from there. But no, Australia definitely in a commanding lead at this point in time.
Guy Coleman tasked with finding that wicket that New Zealand will be seeking. Gets us back underway.
It's a good start there, a dot ball. Putting that one right on the spot there, bringing his field into play.
Same again. And McMillan will be on 3rd ball immediately. Landrigan at the other end. Oh, couple of hits there. I thought he's jammed that out. Didn't quite go to hand for New Zealand in the front court. They get away with 1, Australia.
And that's that opportunity right there that if New Zealand could have taken that then changes this partnership nearly instantly.
It's up, it falls safe. Landrigan gets away with 1 this time. And this is McMillan's first match for the series, by the way.
Oh, wonderful. Even though there was a misfield and a bit of a dropped possible opportunity, we could call it, I feel like Coleman's had an excellent over here. He's really put it on that spot that we've been talking about that we wanted to see.
Is and always has been a jet. A chance at the top. It had to be right on the money. Instead, they get through for a single and grab 3 runs from the opening over of the partnership. Mentioned as well, the 45 men are playing now as well. They're playing over on our other channel. You can check that out with Stephen Mogg. Australia are batting first in that match. Also, 54 runs on the board. But of course, we'd welcome you joining or remaining with us for this, the 40 men's match. Here on the Gold Coast, a beautiful part of the world.
And lovely and sunny today too. It was a bit overcast this morning, but it looks like the sun's come out, the clouds have subsided. It's a nice blue sky out there.
Here's Hill for New Zealand. Deflection.
Oh.
It'll be a single.
A little bit of pinball action happening out there.
Yeah. Certainly an indoor cricket court can sometimes feel like that, can't it?
Yes.
There's good movement there from Landrigan to get across, but just not quite reading the length of the ball.
Yeah, Hill started off excellently here, putting it on that spot, making it a bit difficult for the batter to get bat on ball. Another good piece of fielding to keep the ball off the net for 1. A bit of a change-up ball there, just cutting up into the batter's arm. Still creating that pressure, but as we spoke about, they've been creating that pressure and just haven't quite taken that opportunity yet that they need.
Oh, direct hit would have been close, possibly still home for McMillan. And 1 ball remains. Optimistic appeal, trying to convince the umpire that it had come up off the shoe rather than, the floor.
Sometimes you just got to try these things. You never know your luck.
Absolutely, absolutely right. Always worth asking the question. And they've moved to 7. Not scoring at quite the same rate as the preceding partnerships, but perhaps more importantly, not giving up a wicket either. Now, Australia are up 2-0. This is a 7-test series. So if Australia win this test and go up 3-0, New Zealand would have to win every match. Here's Foster. Oh, they've gone up and out. There's the wicket. Just caught the edge on the way through, and that's what they needed.
Yep, that's that ball right there, the momentum change that they need. Excellent catching there. Bit of a juggle, but that's all right. The wicket's a wicket.
Absolutely. Oh, is it another edge? It is. 2 in 2 balls. McMillan can't believe it. Foster doing the job for the Kiwis.
He's just got that bit of an extra kick with that action he's got there, and it's just come up on McMillan quicker than what he's been expecting. Puts us on a hat-trick ball.
I've already seen one this tournament, at least the games that I've been watching.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see another. Oh, leg side.
I got a little excited there for a moment.
Yeah. He went the change-up. Oh. Through for a run. I think McMillan will be pleased to get off strike.
Yeah, that's a good call there by Landry, just to try and help his partner out, get him off strike, turn it over, take the pressure off him a little bit for a ball or two.
Oh, he's bowled him! The rocket, and that's 3 wickets in the over. Unbelievable bowling from Foster. I said it before, I'll say it again. Indoor cricket can turn on a dime, and we're seeing that happen right now. 3 wickets in 5 balls with 1 to come in the over. And all of a sudden, Australia are back to 52. The last ball now. Oh. What an over we've just seen. How about that, Peter?
The Aussies just don't know how to play right now. Foster's got -12 for 3 there. Excellent bowling. We always talk about in teams of, sometimes you just need one player to stand up for the team to make that change. And Foster has exactly done that for New Zealand here. He has stood up, created that opportunity for them to now get back into this game. That was an excellent piece of bowling.
Yeah. And look, I'm not usually a fan of bowling someone twice to a batting pair because by the time they've had one look at you, they know what to expect.
Correct.
But I don't think either of these two had much idea about that over at all. So
no.
I would be bowling Foster again to this partnership. Of course, he can't bowl 2 in a row, so Woods is going to bowl. Oh, it's the last over of the pair. They can't do it. I've lost track of what we're up to. So Woods will bowl over number 12.
Another bit of an opportunity there. Good running between the wickets, though, by McMillan and Landrigan there. Once again, Landrigan just trying to get that strike changed over, bring the momentum back to Australia.
It's a good shot there from Landrigan.
Very well played. Just once again, used the pace there of Woods and just played it lovely over the top there for 2.
McMillan this time finds 2 through the point region.
Woods just once again missing that mark a bit. Would like to get him put up there a little bit more. Keep that line nice and tight. That's better. No, I don't have an earpiece down to him. He's not listening to me. That was a much better ball there from him. 2 balls remaining here in this partnership. Another excellent ball there. That will bring us on to a 3rd ball for the last ball. Australia obviously wanting to look at not letting a wicket go on the last ball. New Zealand hoping for another one to end the partnership.
It's a great shot to finish from Landrigan. They were under the pump, that pair, after that third over. They'll finish with just 3. But what a turnaround we've just seen. New Zealand right back in it here. Australia on 60 with Knox and Holwell coming to the crease. Certainly fairly handy batting pair coming out last. But this is sort of in the realm of the runs that New Zealand will feel like they can chase.
Definitely 100%. They want to try and keep this partnership down as well. But I was just wanting to make note that third pair, as we saw in previous games, was the one that struggled in the opening. The third skin must be cursed or something for the opening opening
call it
team,
the premiership quarter, yeah.
It seems to be the one that the teams have struggled the most. So it'll be interesting in the context of the game to see how much that's going to affect it in the next innings. But yeah, New Zealand definitely will want to try and keep these two to a minimum. Try and keep that score below that 80 mark, even closer to 70 if they can.
Yeah. So Coleman is going to bowl over number 13. Bowled a good first over. Here he is again. Just dragging that one down a little. And a single to Holwell to get going. I was making the point earlier that if New Zealand lose this test, they'll have to win the next 4 to win the series. How much do you think that increases their desperation in this game? Do they start to throw everything in the kitchen sink at this to just stay alive in the series?
Well, we actually just spoke about this in the 30 ladies comp with Australia being in a very similar position.
Yeah.
And I did say to Molly, I actually think this game is extremely crucial. This is the game that will make their tournament, make or break their tournament, I feel, because if you go 3-0 down, it's very, with an opportunity at the keeper, it's very hard to come back from that. So if you can at least get this morning's game as a win and get yourself to 2-1 in the series, I feel like that'll give you a lot of, what's the word I'm looking for? Well bowled there, sorry. Give you that knowledge that you can actually then continue on and win another game and give you that drive for the rest of the tournament. Whereas when you go 3-0 down, it can become a bit demoralising and hard to then come up from that.
Indeed. So 1 ball remains in the 13th. That'll be a dot to finish. Fairly even over that one. Good contest between bat and ball. 5 runs from it. And, well, New Zealand will be, I think, pretty keen to keep this pair to around about 20. Certainly anything less than that would be
they'd be
a
over
bonus.
the moon with anything less
absolutely.
than that.
Yeah.
But I feel like they've started off well. They had, as we said, we had a couple of loose balls, a couple of good balls. If they can just start picking up on that line, as we said, line length, they have improved that throughout the innings.
Here's Hill. Starts with the leg side. Tell you what, I'm looking forward to Foster's second over.
Yes, that'll be a very interesting over.
There's a chance. The flick is way over the top.
Yeah, body positioning not quite right for that one there. Looked like a bit of a change-up ball there from Hill. It looked like he was trying to achieve. Not quite on the mark, though. Australia moves that off to 2. Very well played there on the leg side by Noxie.
And they're past 70, which is 70 is the most that New Zealand have scored so far in the series. It's up. It's going to fall safe. He's just chipped that into the exact gap that he needed to. 1 ball left in the 14th over. An appeal. It's off the body. It brings the over to an end. Again, good contest unfolding here in this partnership. 13 on the board. New Zealand still in the series, still in the match. 2-0 down at the moment. Just about must win.
Surely we've got Foster coming on now for another 3-wicket haul.
Yeah, it will be Foster.
No pressure or anything, of course.
No. Here he is. Just probably a little too full. Holwell plays it well.
Yeah, just missed his line a bit on that one, whereas we saw in his previous over when he pulled that line back a little bit, the ball really cut up.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's probably what got the batters the most. So just needs to pull that one back slightly.
Left alone by Knox, had a good look at it.
Very well played there from Binoxy for 2.
Yeah, having seen that other delivery, knew exactly what was coming.
Good little foot movement there as well to just adjust, get himself in the right position for it.
That's the leg side. 2 balls left for Foster. Full. And Holwell just could have put that anywhere. It takes the safe 2 option, and why not? Keeps the scoreboard ticking over. They're building to a total that they can defend. No point having a yak at 1. Last ball. Brings the over to an end. Craig Foster finishes with 3 for -3. Those 3 wickets coming in his first over. What an over it was. Couldn't reproduce the magic in his second. And Australia now in a strong position with 1 over remaining.
Yeah, I don't know if he just maybe tried a little bit too much there on that over to create something, and then that just then forced him to put it a bit more full, giving the Australia opportunity to hit them easily. Daly coming in for the last over here of the New Zealand innings, starting off with a dot ball. Nice little edge there from Noxie. I think surprising the point fielder there. Wasn't really expecting it to come to him.
Right, just short. A single, 2 balls remain.
It'll be key for New Zealand to try and get a wicket here, see if they can just bring that back down to that 80 mark. Not to be on that ball, however. Last ball of the innings here.
A rock solid 2 to finish for Holwell. And Australia will post 89 here in the first innings, and New Zealand will need 90 runs to avoid going 3-0 down in the series. During the break, why don't we take in some highlights from that first innings? have it. Highlights from the first innings, and the highlight that is Guoktober. Thanks again to Zambrero, fueling the Australian teams and our broadcast partner at Calling All Sports Brisbane. If you just tune in, folks, we've just seen the first innings in the 40 men's third test here at the Masters Trends Tasman. I'm Cameron Walter alongside Peter Donovan, and New Zealand will need 90 runs to notch up their first win in the series. We were talking earlier, Peter, they haven't chased yet in that series, so we can expect to see a different approach, one would think.
Yeah, definitely. And I'd really like them to see them come out here with the approach of just start their innings off by, hitting your twos, taking your runs, watching the ball, getting bat on ball, and then waiting till you get a little bit further in to see whether you then have to start going for those big shots. Coming out here and doing those big shots straight away, I don't think is going to reap the rewards that they want. I'd really like to see New Zealand to come out here with a positive mindset attitude and just start by building an innings, building a total, working their way into the game and see where it gets to them as they progress through.
Indeed. So Coleman and the New Zealand captain, Nathan Daly, are opening the batting. Stuart French looks as if he will bowl the first over for Australia. They're 2-0 up. Love to put themselves in the box seat for the series with another win. And New Zealand are desperate to stay alive. We're just about ready to resume the action here at the Gold Coast Indoor Sports Centre. Here is French to Coleman. Top ball to start.
French on the money with his line of length straight away.
Oh, it's hit into the stumps. I think Daly would have been back anyway.
Brings on a third ball opportunity for Australia.
So the score has to change. Coleman advances and is dropped.
Coleman looks to be taking on that aggressive attitude early. It'll be interesting to see how that goes for him. I'm a little bit nervous about that, but if that's his game.
Chance at the top. Throw is high. So Daly is home. Leg side.
I unfortunately missed the games from yesterday. Do we know how the Coleman partnership went? Is he...
Yesterday, Coleman batted with Watson rather than Daly. Watson not playing this game, so this is a different. It's a different partnership as that over comes to an end. 4 runs from it, but Coleman, hasn't been amongst the runs yet so far. 2 runs in the first match and 1 in the second. He won't be too pleased with that, I would imagine.
So this game's also, in the context of things we talk about it being crucial for the teams and stuff like that, but even as individuals.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
These games can be, it could take them a couple of games to get into things and can really change it. So this would be a crucial one for him. He's really probably going to want to step up here for his side and put a few runs on the board there. As we just have a slight delay in play here.
It's like just getting some tape on a finger or something like that. We'll check in with the other match taking place right now. The 45 men are playing over on our other stream. You can flick over and join Stephen Mogg there for that if you like. Australia batting first. 4 balls remain in the first innings. 69 runs on the board. So that looks like that's going to be a competitive match over there. I think New Zealand will be pretty happy keeping the 45 men to that total. Somewhere in the 70s, it looks as if it'll finish.
Yeah, definitely, especially after yesterday with a couple of big scores put on by the Aussie. New Zealand will be very happy with that. As we get play back underway here on the 40s match, I believe we have Bass on to bowl at the second over.
There he is, starts with the leg side. And I tell you what, there's a half a chance at the top. Coleman was back. But only just.
Excellent line and length there. Just looked like I'm on the wrong angle here, but it looked like it cut a little bit across there into the batter. Just making him reach a bit for the ball.
The movement doesn't change the result. Another dot ball. And third ball here, so the score has to change. In the air briefly, falls safely. Daly gets through for 2, and they avoid a wicket on third ball.
Daly just moving around the crease a bit there, trying to get himself into a position to be able to play that shot. Bass just nearly putting it on a dime for those 3 balls.
It is some aggression there from Coleman, and 2 runs.
Yeah, he's definitely wanting to come out and hit out here early in the innings. But so far has got away with it.
Oh, called through. It's a right call. He knew he was going to the danger end there, Coleman, and got on the deck and just made it. And through for a single. Now, singles like that, where you can make a good aggressive call, back yourself to get in. Yes, there's some risk, but not a whole heap of risk. You're avoiding those dots that if the next ball, the first ball of the next over is a dot, suddenly they're on third ball. So important to keep that strike turning over. Correct,
yeah, and the more dot balls that you create and stuff like that, if you can get 2 dot balls in a row, that's actually nearly a win for the fielding side. It's nearly as good as a wicket, especially in the overs now where we only bowl 6 balls. When we used to bowl 8 ball overs and stuff like that, you could afford a dot ball too. Whereas in these 6 ball over formats, dot balls are very crucial and something that you want to try and avoid as a batter.
Here's Landrigan, bowling over number 3. We'll see, there's another example. Daly backing himself, and rightly so. Get through for a single.
It also puts a bit of the pressure on the fielding side as well, and the pressure on the bowler as well. The bowler can think, I've just bowled a really good ball, and it can actually then make them try and do something a bit more, therefore then giving you the easy shot as a batter.
That's a great shot from Coleman. Just gave himself a little bit of room, played it on the offside, down up 2. This pair building nicely towards what looks as if it'll be a 20-plus partnership, which is exactly what they need.
Bit of a missed opportunity there at the top. Would have been a bit of a close one. Coleman just backing up a bit too far there for that one.
Oh, Daly chances his arm and sends it to the back net for 7 runs. Huge runs for New Zealand. And they've moved to 22, still with 8 balls remaining.
And Daly's waited perfectly for that one and just picked the right ball, waited for Landgren just to put it that touch too full, and has just reaped the rewards from that.
It's worth a shout, but still some ground in that.
Good follow-up ball there by Landrigan. It's always a tough one when you get hit for 7 to then follow it up.
I know all about that. I got hit for a lot of 7s in my time. And Coleman finds the back net this time by way of the side net. And 4 runs to finish a big over there from New Zealand. 14 runs from it. They've moved to 26.
An excellent start for New Zealand. This is exactly what they needed, as we spoke about, get that strong opening partnership. They played their shots early. They got to the third over, waited for that full ball, and then, played those big shots when they were right there for them. Didn't try too hard to create something that wasn't there. So excellent form from these two currently at the moment. Hopefully they can keep that going on for this next 6 balls and work on building a nice, good total leading into that second partnership.
Holwell is going to bowl the last over of this pair. Coleman's on strike. Starts with the leg side. Again, being the last over of the partnership, they get not only the extra runs, but the delivery again.
Coleman has worked that well, flat into the 2 net, just popping up there, making it a bit difficult for the fielders to get on top of it. Oh.
That's a great delivery. And how about Daly keeping that out?
I don't know how he kept it out, but good on him. That was an excellent ball there from Holwell.
Yeah, big in-swinging Yorker. Edged. Get through for a single.
3 balls remaining in this last over. New Zealand on 31. Definitely time for Coleman to maybe pop it down up 2 here for them. Excellently bowled there by Holwell.
Yeah, it's a great rock. Just a tight line, very tough to get that away. Just short of Yorker length. Big in-swinger. And it'll be a dot. So 2 balls remain now in the partnership. Advances, it should be out. It is. Finds the back net, but he's caught the side net, so it can be caught. And Australia make no mistake, they're back into the 20s.
Yeah. I feel like that was a little bit of an unnecessary shot there by Coleman. If he had just waited that little bit longer on that ball, just put it down for a down up 2 or 3, especially in the context of the game and where they were sitting right there.
Swing and a miss to finish the partnership. So they will finish on 26. They'll be disappointed by the loss of that wicket. But 26 is still a great start in pursuit of the 90 they will require to win this match in the Australian, in the over 50 men's division against Australia. That last wicket, it's high risk, high reward, isn't it? If he hits that a little bit straighter, it goes for 7. They probably finish on 40.
Yes.
So that's the sort of the thing that we were talking about. Two different aspects to it. The first, how is their approach going to change? Chasing, perhaps slightly more aggressive, and knowing that they're 2-0 down in the series and how crucial the game is, to your earlier point, are they going to try chance their arm a little bit or take a few more risks? Because doing the same thing that they've done in the last 2 games isn't going to win them the 3rd test.
No, and that's where the moment in the game and stuff like that can be so crucial. And little things like that can be crucial come towards the end of the game and stuff like that, not necessarily right now. But, yeah, you do, as you said, risk versus reward. Was it the right moment for a risk versus reward, though? That's the part I'm not certain about.
Here's Sampson. That is an absolute screamer of a catch from the Australian captain. I cannot believe that. What a grab. He's falling over and just stuck the arm out in motion. Just, I can't believe he took it.
That was an excellent piece of fielding. It was nearly in slow-mo.
Yeah. Delivery, good down up in response.
Well dug out there.
Yeah, from Wood. Yeah, that previous ball, it just came off that, I think, around the gate. So the angle came off it came off at a different angle than Knox was expecting, but boy, didn't he adjust.
Yeah, he just threw an arm out there and was in the right place, right time. Throwing that one down leg side there. Right hand, left hand combination here with the batters can sometimes be difficult for a bowler to adjust. Oh, an excellent piece of fielding there to keep that off the net for one. Last ball of the over. Lovely there, worked out 3 for 1 by New Zealand. They end the over on 1 for 1 for David Sampson in his first over.
And yeah, I don't think New Zealand need to be too upset by that early wicket. It was a screamer of a catch, and you know, they could probably soak up a wicket, if not 2, in each of the next pairs. I mean, they're better if it wasn't 2, but as they accumulate towards this. So 26 from the first pair puts them a little bit ahead, if you imagine that that worm. And yeah, still 3 overs left that they can get to 25-ish again. So
that's it, especially with that third partnership there only being 3, then sort of average your scores out and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't really need this pair to come out and hit 34 runs
Correct.
or something like that.
Here's McMillan, driven, off hands, and it will be a dot. Oh, there's a chance. Priest got there. It'll be a single.
Another good piece of running with that one call. Just having it go up. The nets are a touch higher here at the Gold Coast, so ball just sits up a little bit more, giving the batters more time to get through. Well bowled there by McMillan, just bringing that one back into the left-hander there. And that brings on to a third ball opportunity here for Australia.
Yeah, New Zealand can't afford a wicket here. They've got to see off this third ball situation. Yeah, and they do. Priest just sort of paddles it back down towards the receiver, and they get through for a single. Oh, that is a great piece of fielding from Bass. Didn't affect the catch, but you know, he'd yorked himself, still fielded the ball, and flicked it back to affect a run out.
And it was precision service on an off-balance Bass there. That was incredible to see.
What a freak. And, well, they've given up 2 wickets. You cannot afford that again.
No, Australia's just brought this back a bit. New Zealand really need these next 2 overs are going to be really crucial here for New Zealand. As we have the captain, Glenn Knox, come on to bowl here. Just taking the pace off a little bit.
Starts with the leg side. Brings this partnership back to 0. It's 2 overs, including this one, for them to play with and try to get back towards 20.
Another excellent ball there by Noxie, just creating that dot ball pressure onto the batters. Just dragging that one a bit short.
And wide.
Allowing Wood to get that down up 2 in. Change the strike over, release a bit of that pressure.
Ball's the leg side.
Yeah, that left-hander, right-handed combination just putting him a bit off of his target there.
Oh, it was pretty tight. Didn't feel that happy with the call. He might have had a case to argue there. But leg side it is. The single leaves us with a ball to come. It's been good support here in the centre from family and friends of the players. And thanks to you at home as well. Last ball of the over. It is 7 runs from it. 1 over left for this pair to, as I said earlier, press their case towards 20. I'm not sure that they'll get there, but if they can get to 15, that'll feel like they've played their get-out-of-jail-free card.
Yeah, even if you can just get it to 10, even just 12, just puts them back into the hunt for that game, for the game at the end there, taking the pressure off that next partnership. Another wicket here, though, in this over will be very detrimental to that.
Yeah, absolutely right. It'll be tough from there. And it looks like Holwell is going to bowl. Well, a good first over. Good start. Kept out by Priest. It'll be 3rd ball now. The score has to change. And once again, New Zealand have just got to see this off. It's off the body.
The leg.
Yep. It'll be single.
Priest doing a bit of movement around the crease there to try and give himself a bit of movement, or give him a bit of width, sorry.
Should be out, and is. Bassett is again. He's rock solid on that 3-line. Clean hands and good service. And the wicket that New Zealand could not afford to lose has fallen.
Yeah, you can't really play that flat shot here at this centre, especially into that front, because it just bounces straight back out to the sweepers so quickly. And with precision flicking like that from Bass, I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, you're getting a run out there from him.
Oh, he's got the edge and taken. It's 2 in 2 balls, and Australia have taken complete control of this 3rd test.
Yeah, Australia are up and about here. Excellent take there from the keeper.
Two balls remain. Oh, again, less enthusiastic shout this time. He didn't hit it.
Probably a bit more of a hopeful one than anything.
Courtesy appeal. Last ball of this partnership. Pushed into the net. Another chance to flick this time is high. So Priest is home, and they'll finish on -2, this partnership. And New Zealand, they are right up against it now. We were talking a little bit before about Guoktober. I can't get it off my mind, folks. Zambrero, feel good Mex. Let's have another look. Oh, get it, India. Guoktober, Zambrero, well-loved supporters, fueling the Australian team and our broadcast team, and hopefully fueling me very soon. Guoktober, get amongst it, folks.
Yeah, can we call for a delivery, please?
So, 8 overs remain in the match, and that partnership there has put Australia in control. All is not lost, but it will take some doing from here. There's, what 66 runs required? You're going to need a big partnership here, 30 plus to stay in the game. Here's Sampson. And away for a single off the first ball from Woods. Jones will now face his first delivery.
Yeah, this is where it becomes really difficult as a batter to try and work out, how do you attack this? Excellently kept off the net there by the looks of Bass. No, he just missed that, so gone into net for 2. But yeah, you really want to try and start building, still keeping that building of you hitting your down up 2s and all that sort of stuff like that, and then just waiting for that ball to be able to dispatch it away.
Well, I've got a view on that. I tend to have a lot of views on everything. I'm fairly opinionated, but I think Australia are too good a bowling outfit. So I think the danger for New Zealand, and I think we've seen it throughout the series so far, is that Australia are going to bowl too many dots and too many ones for New Zealand to build to this. So what I would like to see them do is similar to what Coleman was doing, forcing the issue, maybe bat outside of your crease, whatever it is, and play with some aggression and perhaps force Australia to change tack. Now, that's much, much easier said than done when you get balls like that, right?
Yes.
So, you know, it's not like they can just flick a switch and start hitting 7s or something like that with one ball remaining. But I think they do need to throw some caution into the wind, chance their arm a little bit, maybe take a run that they otherwise wouldn't, because they're not going to win this game hitting 2s.
No,
they just
won't.
There'll be too many dots. There'll be too many ones.
But I'd also like to see them obviously build up that 5-10 runs and then start pushing from there. I agree with what you're saying, though. If they're going to have any chance of this, they're going to have to throw everything at it. Australia aren't going to dish up those balls very often.
No.
But you also don't want to go backwards either.
No, of course
you
not.
still want to be able to give yourself that chance coming towards the back. And, you know, as you come in, you're still trying to get your eye in a little bit. Even though you have fielded, you've also walked off, you sort of stopped a little bit. You're not really watching the ball much when you're on the sideline. You've got to try and get that eye back in as well.
100%.
As a batter, so.
It's third ball now to start the 10th over. Here's Bass. Straight to the fielder, should be out, and is. French makes no mistake. He was in a perfect position. The ball went straight to hand and threw down the stumps at the top end. And New Zealand in deep, deep trouble here in the third test in this over 40 men's division. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, another excellent piece of fielding. Beautiful setup there with his base, throwing down the stumps there at the top.
I think one of the other aspects to this match, if it ends up going Australia's way, is, again, that means New Zealand are 3-0 down. They're going to have to win every test from that point forward. It needs to be almost fact-finding. What can we try? What can we do differently that we can then employ in the next test where we will still be in with a show? I mean, again, I'm not saying this one's over, but it's almost close to it at this point.
Yeah, and Australia really hasn't shown many cracks or anything like that either for New Zealand to enforce on to be able to break the side. They're a very strong, well-drilled side. But yeah, there's got to be something that they can go back, look at, as you said, and come up with a bit of a game plan of how do we actually. Oh, is there a bit of a mix-up call there? Woods gets sent back and makes it back. But yeah, what can they do to then employ that change and get up on top of the Australians in this? Don't have the answer though for them. Sorry.
No. I think at least being 3 tests in, I think they'll have a good idea, hopefully, of what is and isn't working in terms of their batting combinations, their bowling plans, like who's bowling which over. So, there's lessons in everything, and if they can employ what they've learned about their own game. Oh, it's a great effort there, but they've missed it, and New Zealand is safe. Brings the over to an end. They've moved to 5 runs. Let alone what they're able to exploit about Australia, then maybe they can produce a different result. But where it is right now, 61 runs required with 6 overs left.
It's a big ask. Big ask.
And, people doing the maths go, okay, well, you could do that sort of to a ball, and but again, they're just not going to hit 2 every ball. There's too many dots, there's too many ones. So with every dot, with every 2, they're falling behind the run rate required. Here's McMillan. And what I would want to know as a player or as a coach even if I'm going to lose this game, is, okay, how do I get my 30 or 40 if I need to score it to win next time around?
Yes.
How am I going to do that? Can I even do that, So, yeah, fact-finding exercise, all the same. Oh, half a chance, but they're safe, the Kiwis. Move the partnership to 10 now, with 9 balls remaining. Hitting through the ball there, it's still just 2. And a chance at the top, but needed to hit.
Yeah, nice, good piece of fielding there from Holwell, backing up the sweeper there.
Chances his arm a little bit, just gets past Bass. They'll take 2.
And this is that time in the game where we discussed, I think this is now time where they're going to have to kind of do that.
Absolutely.
Bit of a do or die situation, but you just got to give it a try, see what happens.
It's a great shot, finds the 3 net.
And it's going to roll on for 4.
Has it? Did it get there?
It did get there,
wow. Yeah. Well, they're important runs. Just going to make the point now. So, hello to people who've heard me commentate a game before. I always say this, but it's about giving the last pair a chance to win the game, right? So they're only 8 runs away from 50, and 50 puts the last pair 40 runs away from victory. Now, 40 is gettable.
Yes.
It's not going to be easy, but it's gettable. And if, for me now, it'd be a decision about, okay, of the 4 batsmen that still have a role to play, the 2 that have got an over left and the 2 that have got 4, who's going to be the most successful at being aggressive? So should this pair get to 60 so the last pair needs 30, or is it better for them to just get 8 and give the last pair 40? So games within games. Birakowski's going to bowl now the 12th over. It's kept off the net, it'll be a single.
I think that comes down a little bit to the batter's strength as well. In some teams, you've got players that it's not their strength to actually hit out. So you then try and ask that player to do that. It's probably actually not going to succeed. So lovely shot there for 2. Bit of a missed chance there at the top. So you probably nearly just need to look at that dynamic. And if you've got a batter that just is more down up 2, let them continue to do that. And maybe let the other batter take the opportunities
tee
on.
off,
game dynamics, as I said, games within games can be quite interesting.
Good 2.
Looks like these 2 here are just sort of consolidating a little bit here. They're just trying to play their shots, get it up to that 50 mark, as you said.
Yeah, I like it.
It's not a bad ploy to make.
That's driven straight back to Holwell. A little fumble, but whips the bails off, and Jones is back. So there certainly is some intent there if the ball's there to drive. And just 2 straight. Oh, there it is. Into the back court for 3.
What a piece of fielding there from Holwell to keep that one off the back net.
Yeah. He's having a good tournament. Is Matt Holwell. 1 ball remains now. The 3rd partnership. It's a comfortable 2 to finish. So some excellent batting there from these 2. They've given the New Zealand side some hope. They'll need 38 runs from the final pair to stay, well, even if they lose, they're still in the series. They're 7 tests, but they don't want to be 3-0 down. I would not want to be 3-0 down. So
no, definitely not.
Don't forget, folks, there's plenty more indoor cricket action to come live from the Gold Coast Indoor Sport Centre here in Ashmore on Queensland's Gold Coast. Coming up next, it's the 50 men's division. That will be at 12:40 p.m. local. That's Australian Eastern Standard Time. And that's what? It's about half an hour from now. And then we've got the 45 men, the 40 men, and the 35 men to close out the day on this channel. 2 more games on our other channel as well, so check that out. You can see the draw, the fixtures. Well, that's the same thing. The fixtures, the ladder, and the results at masterstranstasman.com, so check it out. But 4 overs remain in this match. 38 runs required for New Zealand. It's a big ask up against the calibre of this Australian attack. Here we go. Here's French. Oh, just chips it up to French, who takes a great catch. And that will make life very difficult indeed.
Yeah, he just took the pace off a little bit off of that ball, which I think caught the batter a bit by surprise.
Yeah, Foster and Hill at the crease for New Zealand. A wicket off the first ball is not what they're after.
A bit of a tentative shot there, but good line of length there from French, making it a bit difficult for them.
Finds 2. Sharp fielding, but they're safe. It's off the leg, signalled by the umpire. A dot ball.
The other tough thing about these chases is you kind of then nearly go into 2 mindsets when you're the batter out there. You know that you've got to go for it, but then at the same time, you also don't want to lose wickets.
No.
And that can be detrimental to you as well, because it then can put you in this mindset of, do I go, don't I go? And that's then when, once again, we start seeing those balls being chipped up and stuff like that, because you're not playing through the shot confidently.
It's 3rd ball for the final ball of the over. It's off the body. Through for a single to complete the over. -2 from it. And well, now they need 40 runs from 3 overs. So if New Zealand are going to produce a comeback win here, there's going to need to be some back net action.
Yes, a number of 7s are going to have to be pulled out here to achieve this one, that's for sure.
You check in the other match happening now, the 45 men. Australia are up 2-0 in that series as well. Batted first, scored 73. New Zealand are on 42 with, 5.2 overs remaining. So that looks like it'll be a close finish. Landrigan to bowl now for Australia here in the 40 men.
Great first ball to start off there with the dot. Aussies really aren't giving New Zealand much here, that's for sure. They've hit that line and length perfectly that we've been talking about. They haven't eased off of it.
It's going to be 3rd ball again. It's a great delivery from Landrigan.
And another excellent piece of glove work from McMillan there. He has not missed much there at the back.
That's a great shot there from Hill. Another 2 to the tally and 3rd ball seen off. They're back to even Stevens, this pair. But still 38 runs away and time fast running out. Two for Foster this time.
It's a nice tidy over here from Landrigan so far.
There's a single. Straight to the fielder and a dot to finish. Now, I think New Zealand are in an interesting spot here. They're clearly well behind in the game. But how I would approach the remainder of the last 2 overs is try to get to 70 in this over, then you're 20 runs away. You can jag that in a last over. I mean, it's going to be tough, but that's the benchmark here. It's either that or go hell for leather this over. But if they can just get to 70, that's 15 runs off this over, the game is still alive. Here's Berikoski. That'll be out, surely. It is.
Yeah, Australia just being too clinical here in the field, making it very difficult for New Zealand to be able to get those runs. You're right, though. I don't feel like it's a total loss just yet. Like,
no,
obviously,
doesn't help.
in the game context, yes, it is.
Yeah.
In the tournament context,
Sure.
It makes it difficult. But New Zealand, as gets pushed down wide there, New Zealand can still use this opportunity, as you said, to start maybe getting some momentum onto their side. At least end the game maybe on a high, if possible, by getting as close as possible. And as we see him flick off the hip there. So that just gives them that mindset of knowing what they can and can't achieve, as you said.
Two for 2. And 2 balls remain now.
Another great ball there. Dot balls just keep on building.
It's a good shot to finish the over for Hill. Move to 56. And 1 over to come now. And they'd need 34 from it. So I think that is probably beyond them.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
What that will mean, folks, if this does indeed go Australia's way, is they will be 3-0 up, as we've said, in the 40 series. And I guess every test, therefore, for New Zealand following that becomes like a sudden death semi-final. You know, stay alive, stay alive, stay alive, and then get to Game 7 and try and produce a comeback win. Final over. Australian captain Glyn Knox to bowl and sent to the back for 4.
Bit of a leading edge 4 there. New Zealand, I'm sure, will take it at this point in time in the game.
I think that's hit the 3 net. It has. Good little stat patters, these runs at the end, if you're not going to win the game.
Oh, we've had a no ball called here.
Signal for what it was for?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. I had my eyes down at my laptop when the ball was bowled, so I didn't even see what happened.
I apologise there, viewers. It possibly may have been a no ball front foot, but I'm not certain on that front. But they will get the ball re-bowled again. 2 extra runs. Worked there. Oh no, kept off from the 3 net by the sweeper, Kelly. Excellent work there.
So Kelly's obviously on as a sub fielder.
I was just about to say, did we miss a substitute there?
Yeah, it looks like Bass has left the court. Final ball of the match. They scamper through for a run. And that brings the game to a close. Australia have gone 3-0 up in the test series here in the over 40 men's division. They will be very happy with that win. Only scoring 89, to say quote unquote only. It was an improved performance, particularly in that third partnership there from New Zealand, but they just didn't have the runs in them today. Australia getting on top of that second partnership. So folks, do stay with us. Coming up next, it is the over 50 men from 12:40 p.m. and plenty more Masters Trans-Tasman Indoor Cricket coming at you live from the Gold Coast Indoor Sports Centre here in Ashmore on Queensland's Gold Coast. But until then, ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you for your company. Peter Donovan, thank you for yours.
Thank you.
And until next time, I'm Cameron Walter. Thanks for watching.